Let's have a quick look at the iPhone 7 Plus versus the iPhone 8 Plus in portrait mode. Thanks to my little sister Rachel for modelling for this for me. Standing in the middle of the street, brightly lit day, really brightly lit day. And in my first example, we can see that they both take very similar shots, although the edge detection on the 7 is a little bit better. But I think the skin tones and colour on the 8 have probably won out in this case. Another example, just in front of a plain garage door, you can see that the 8 actually activates the portrait mode quicker than the 7 does. And again, the 8 has much better skin tones. But something I've noticed being outside is that the 7 seems to have HDR, whereas the 8 doesn't. Now, it's not actually a setting in the camera app on the 8, it's only in the settings app. So there's no way I could force it to be on, and as a result the backgrounds get blown out quite a lot. Here's a rear lit photograph, and you can see that the 8 has again no HDR, but it turns out the result is a lot better. The skin looks more natural, the colour's a lot better, and even the bokeh in the background is a lot nicer than on the 7. Another thing I wanted to show you is that with a backlit subject, the 7 actually seems to lose the portrait mode effect. It deactivates unless you move around. But you do have that HDR on the 7. Take it or leave it. Moving on to a well-lit scene with a bit of movement. And we can see the 7 actually has a better attempt at activating the depth effect compared to the 8, but the 8 takes a sharper photo, probably due to the faster lens. One of the other benefits that Apple said was photos in dark light will be better on the 8. You can see they look quite a lot different. There's a whole lot of noise on the 7, but a whole lot more detail at the same time. Just check out that earring. Crazy. What about a neon lit scene? You can see the colour on the 8 is a lot better. They both have a bit of trouble activating the portrait mode, but the 8 just pips the 7. And again, let's just have a look at the detail and noise. I'd say the 8 has less noise and less detail, but a much, much nicer colour. It's way more natural than the 7. And for the last attempt, let's just have a completely dark photo with the flash in both of them, and neither does a great job of making Rachel look great, but the 8 has done a better job. In fact, the 7 isn't even in focus.